Well, hello everyone. Here to show you right here is the mobile main character Matthew, and talk about say for mobile phones. And I was also thinking about the next one could be for for wireless, or if it's going to be for anything as such as what you call for for world world we make or something like that. But on the other hand, that you have right here talk about for main characters and for the for basically what does main basically mean. And the next page right here, showing right here is that for like a mobile device, and this right here will be an example right here of like a car charger right here. So we're like warrantor for any kind of car charger that for any type of phone that more like we use that we're like warrantor that the type of a way to how we can charge up the phones. And a few electronic devices I have bought from the past, and I know that it came with these type of adapters right here to where it goes into like a car or a boat, your charger, slot, and where it would be you'll be able to charge devices up that way. So it's a little bit different, compared to like an AC outlet, but on the other hand, two ways of how you can charge up the devices. And you have right here is the stars as well as the main dialing numbers for the touchscreen phones, and you have right here is my image right here for like for the main character. And then you have right here is for Great Star battery, like an idea right here for a new type of technology for charging up the batteries for like the phones or any other type of device. But there may be a number of ways of how to charge up the battery, but we're like warrantor that that anything that besides warranties or anything like that is that for Great Star battery. Well, with this power generator to where something that holds up to at least 100 and at 40 or so up to 200 watts or so of power, and so you're like warranted to enough power to where you get enough power on the phone. So we're basically be taking the phone anywhere that we go. But and then I was thinking about this could also be example right here of like a service tower. But for like the main focus about if it's not like a the portable help desk as to where if we're going to be using our phone for a lot of things, even emails and playing games and then watching TV, stuff like that on it to the point where we're like the battery seems like to where it's it's beginning to lose its charge. So we're like warned towards like a way to how to recharge the battery, even though if we may not have access to maybe a power generator or maybe like any plugs or outlets or anything like that. So like knowing about that, for that's something of course to research on. But this was an idea that I came up with right here for Great Star batteries, to where that a battery that like one to where I was also thinking about it's like a joke by saying this to where to just dance with it. But on the other hand, that for like for in my names like for the main character Matthew, for M for mobile, and then W could maybe stand for like wireless. So anybody that may warrant to where that that might be on your next activity, huh? But I'm like, well, I also know it about I keep pretty busy too. But anyway, see what happens from there. But anyway, but talk about say for mobile phones and for like if this was like for main character Matthew is that that anything and I know that nowadays that you're gonna have documents and stuff like that that are gonna be on the mobile phone, mobile apps on smartphones and tablets, and as well the androids and then the iPhone 5s and 6s that you're gonna have that. And you're like warned to where that that with the phone that you're gonna be using it for a lot of things, and one of those things it's like really I'm like can you use it to comb your hair or brush your teeth with? But on the other hand, that with anybody that whenever they're doing it their schoolwork or maybe showing up for a job interview or anything like that, and then that you're like warned to where you're going to have your phones. You name a few locations that you're like warned to where the mobile phones have become so advanced to the point to where that maybe there are some places where that they do not allow phones, or if anything that they want you to turn them off. So you're like warning a little bit about that. It's like you're not too much distractions. But anyway, but talk about right here of like your name is Matthew McGuire, Matthew Sean McGuire, and knowing about 31. Yeah, I like to share with my goals. The question is like, for what does Maine mean? So I like to say that something that to where that we should not forget, we should remember at all times. Is so that's one thing I could more likely say. But this right here was like, if this was right here was like an example right here of a screensaver, and you have right here is a phone right here. But I'm sure anybody to say if they're going to be working the math problems and wanting to where that if that phone like this were to be like a prize, and you're like wanting to where other than like say the ice cream treats or anything like that, or maybe if it's candy that like we say that you'd be able to win a phone, and one of those kind of phones like not real expensive kind, but one of those phones that's pretty easy, pretty easy and simple to use. But anyway, but they have right here is like to say for mobile phones, and anybody that may want to, where are you going to be doing sequel to for 3 and 4, talking about maybe the wireless, and as well as for like maybe phone directory. I'm like yeah, that I'm sure most of us whenever we do pick up a phone that you're like wanting to where that ways of how to work the settings options and stuff like that on the phones. But on the other hand, I know there may be so much that I may know about some of the phones, but on the other hand too, that there are some what you call some security settings as to where that think about as to where back in the old days that you may have had a locker, you may have had like a desk where you keep a lot of your things all safe and stored and organized, locked up. So you're like wanting to where whenever you're going to have a phone that you're like wanting to where that be looking at yourself in the mirror right here, and if you're be looking in the mirror, you have to comb your hair or to brush your teeth, and you're like wanting to where have something like that on your phone right there. But on the other hand, that we weren't where use the phone maybe to mop the floors or to wash the dish, to do the dishes or anything like that, or maybe to do the laundry, and that you're like weren't to where that yeah that somebody that more likely that needs to be the operator of this. So if it's going to be delivering a message or keeping somebody posted about something, you're like weren't to where yeah, well, if you give your phone a nickname, for instance, such as if we want to call it what you call the adopted cousin, then more likely that we're going to say it's like the adopted what? But on the other hand, that talk about here is for a power generator as well as for the Great Star battery. So anything that we may learn about for cell phones though is knowing about what's the main subject matter study about for how something works here. So anyway, something to think about. To say for the mobile main character Matthew. Thanks for watching. Have a